Welcome to Danny Ludofia Animations, the home of inspiring, soul-touching stories that reflect real life, godly values, and powerful lessons. We want to say a big thank you to all our amazing viewers around the world. Your love, your support, your shares and comments, they all mean so much to us. You're the reason this channel is growing stronger every day. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with someone. Your support helps us reach more lives with stories that matter. As you watch today's episode, we pray that God will bless you abundantly, guide your steps, and protect you from every secret enemy. May you always rise above envy and betrayal.
You know, Margaret, sometimes I just sit back and wonder where we went wrong. I mean, we tried our best, didn't we? We gave them a good home, a sound education, moral guidance, everything we could possibly offer. Yet, when I look at Amanda and Chloe today, I feel this ache in my chest. It's like all our efforts just evaporated into thin air.
James, don't be too hard on yourself, or on them. Every child grows up with their own choices to make. Yes, we provided the foundation, but they are not little girls anymore. They're adults, and sometimes adulthood brings out traits we didn't expect. Amanda's always been a bit carefree, and Chloe? Well, Chloe lives in her own world. But that doesn't mean they're lost causes.
I want to believe that, Margaret. I really do. But look at Amanda, she's 32 and still doesn't have a stable job. She jumps from one plan to another like a bird fleeing from branch to branch, never settling, never committing. One day it's photography, the next it's opening a boutique, and last week she was talking about moving abroad again. It's exhausting just keeping up with her ambitions, none of which ever come to fruition.
Amanda's struggling to find her path, yes, but maybe she just hasn't found what truly drives her yet. You know how creative minds can be, sometimes they need more time to bloom.
Then there's Chloe. I honestly don't know what to make of her. She lives as though the world owes her something, completely oblivious to responsibilities. She parties all weekend, sleeps all day, and when we try to talk to her about the future, she brushes it off as if we're the ones being unreasonable. I can't help but feel she's wasting her youth, Margaret. Wasting it completely.
I know Chloe frustrates you, and believe me, I feel it too. I worry about her recklessness, how little she seems to care about consequences. But I keep hoping something will wake her up. Life has a way of doing that, sometimes without warning. Maybe it'll take one hard fall to make her rise with purpose.
I've reached a point where I don't even know if I'm more disappointed or just tired. Tired of talking, tired of waiting, tired of seeing them squander the chances we gave them. But then there's Eleanor.
Yes, Eleanor. Our quiet strength.
That girl. She restores a bit of my faith every time I think about her. At 28, she's already doing so well. Focused, driven, and so grounded in her values. She carries herself with such wisdom, it's hard to believe she came from the same home as the other two. She built her career step by step, never complaining, never taking shortcuts. And more than that, she's kind, respectful, and considerate. Sometimes, when I speak with her, I feel like I'm the student and she's the teacher.
Eleanor is exceptional, no doubt. But James, let's not forget that she had her struggles too. She just faced them differently. She didn't shout for attention, she just worked quietly through her pain, her doubts, and her fears. That strength. Maybe the others have it too, just buried deeper.
Perhaps. But Margaret, can you honestly tell me you wouldn't be heartbroken if years from now, Amanda and Chloe are still chasing shadows? That all we built as a family falls on one daughter's shoulders, while the others flounder?
Of course it would hurt, James. It already does. But if we lose hope, what do they have left? Maybe Eleanor can be their example, their inspiration. Maybe she can help guide them in ways we can't anymore. We've done our part, Now, we just keep loving them, keep praying for them, and keep showing them the way without condemning them.
I suppose you're right. It's hard, Margaret. It's hard watching your own children drift, especially when you know what they're capable of. But maybe, just maybe, they'll come around. I just wish it didn't feel like such a long wait.
It is a long wait. But sometimes, James, the most beautiful turnarounds take time, and the deepest roots grow slowly. Don't give up on them yet. Let's keep being their parents, with patience and grace. And in the meantime, let's keep celebrating the one who's already making us proud. You know, Chloe, I've been thinking a lot lately. And I've come to a decision. I'm leaving again. I've already spoken with someone about a relocation opportunity in Lisbon. It's not fully finalized yet, but I'm moving forward with it. I'm tired of the back and forth here. One minute I'm running a photography gig, the next I'm trying to start a boutique, then there's the whole online art thing. I'm exhausted. Nothing feels stable anymore. I think I need a fresh start, a clean slate, away from all the noise, the expectations, the constant sense that I'm underachieving in the eyes of everyone who knows me. Maybe abroad, I can finally build something without feeling like I'm being compared or watched all the time. Wow. Lisbon, huh? That's quite a move, Amanda. But to be honest, I'm not surprised. You've always been searching for something more, something different. Me? I'm the opposite. I don't want a clean slate. I'm not trying to build a conventional life. I just want to live, really live. I know people judge me for it, especially Mom and Dad, and even Eleanor with all her wisdom. But I don't care. I don't want to wake up one day, 50 years old, and realize I spent my youth chasing stability while life passed me by. So yes, I go out a lot. I spend money on experiences, I dance until dawn, I try things people are too afraid to try. Maybe it's reckless. Maybe I'll regret it. But right now, this is the only life I want. I envy that, sometimes. That freedom, that ability to live in the moment and not think about the long-term consequences. But I guess I'm wired differently. Every time I try something new, I pour my whole heart into it, and when it fails, it breaks a little part of me. It's like I'm running from one idea to the next, hoping one will stick, and with every failed attempt, I feel less capable, less grounded. That's why I want out. I want to be in a place where no one knows me, where my past failures don't follow me like shadows. Maybe abroad I'll have the clarity to finally figure out what I'm actually meant to do, who I'm meant to be. And maybe I'm just not interested in figuring out who I'm meant to be. Maybe I already am who I want to be, Amanda. I don't need a title or a big job or anyone's approval. I like my freedom. I like not having to answer to anyone. I don't want to be boxed in by expectations or spend years climbing some corporate ladder. Sure, it might catch up with me one day, but right now, I'm content. I'm not pretending to be anything I'm not. Isn't that something? Yes. It is something. And maybe that's what makes us so different. I still care. About what people think, about whether I'm doing enough, about making our parents proud. It weighs on me. I want to feel like I've arrived somewhere, not just floating. But every time I look around, I see Eleanor thriving and I feel like I missed the memo on how to get life right. Maybe leaving is the only way I can stop feeling like I'm stuck in someone else's shadow. You're not stuck, Amanda. You're just tired. And maybe you were being too hard on yourself. Look, Eleanor's journey is not the blueprint for everyone. She's brilliant, yes, but she's also safe. steady and predictable. You're not like that. You feel deeply. You take risks. That's not failure. That's just a different kind of living. Maybe you don't need to run abroad to be free. Maybe you just need to give yourself permission to be Amanda, in all her chaos and creativity. Maybe. Or maybe I just need distance, space to breathe without all the reminders of what hasn't worked. Either way, I'm going. I need this. And who knows, Chloe, maybe one day, you'll need something too. Maybe not stability, but something more than just temporary thrills. Maybe. Or maybe I'll just keep dancing through life until the music stops. And when it does, I'll figure it out then. You've always had a way of making the storm look like a breeze. And you've always had a way of turning every breeze into a hurricane of thoughts. Amanda, I need to be honest with you. I'm genuinely concerned. You're brilliant, but you've been jumping from one thing to another for years. Photography, fashion, podcasts, all abandoned halfway. You have potential, but you are wasting it. Life isn't just about chasing the next exciting idea. You need to focus. Commit to something. You can't keep living like this, floating without direction. Here we go again, Eleanor, the stable, predictable genius with the perfect career and timeline. I'm not you, and I don't want to be. I like trying new things, exploring. Maybe I haven't arrived yet, but I'm not stuck. I'm living, learning, experimenting. Not everyone's path is a straight line, you know. Amanda, this isn't about paths. It's about responsibility. You say you're experimenting, but it's carelessness when nothing ever lasts. You start with passion and give up too soon. I'm not asking you to be me, I'm asking you to take yourself seriously. One day, these wasted years will catch up with you. You always make it sound like I'm ruining my life. I'm not. I just refuse to be boxed in by pressure and expectations. Maybe I haven't figured everything out, but I'd rather keep trying than settle. And frankly, your version of stability looks a bit too boring for me. It's not about boredom, Amanda. It's about building something real. You have too much in you to keep throwing it away. Just think. That's all I'm asking. Think about what you truly want, not just for today, but for your future. You know, Renee, sometimes I just sit back and wonder, are men even wired to be consistent? I mean, honestly. One minute they're all over you, texting good morning and sending flowers like they're some hopeless romantic from a movie. Next minute, they vanish like smoke. No explanation, no drama, just silence. It's like they press pause on emotions whenever it suits them. And I'm supposed to sit here and act like I'm not affected? Please. I've learned to play the game too. I don't chase. I don't beg. I treat them exactly the way they treat me, disposable, until proven valuable. Girl, that part. I promise, it's like they have a manual we'll never get access to. The thing is, they want freedom, but they still expect loyalty. They want space, but hate it when you start talking to someone else. Like, make it make sense. The double standards are ridiculous. I've had guys tell me I'm too much just because I speak my mind or set boundaries. Meanwhile, they can ghost me for days and expect me to welcome them back with open arms. Nah. I'm done playing sweet. If I like you, I'll enjoy you. But I don't invest my peace of mind into people who can't even manage emotional honesty. Exactly. And the worst part is, when you flip the script and start acting like them, cool, distant, unavailable, suddenly they're confused. What happened to you? They ask. As if I'm supposed to sit here crying over mixed signals and half-baked affection. Nah. I've had men promise me the world by sunset and forget my name by sunrise. Now? I entertain vibes, not potential. If he's not consistent, confident, and intentional, he's background noise. I know what I bring to the table, and I'm not begging anyone to sit. Cheers to that, babe. And the thing is, some of these guys don't even have the decency to be creative with their lies anymore. Same recycled lines, same fake charm. They think a little attention and a few compliments will keep you locked in. But we're not that desperate. I tell myself all the time, if a man wants to be there, he'll be there. Period. You won't have to guess. And if you're guessing, he's not the one, right? I've stopped trying to decode mixed signals. I don't need a man to complete me, I need one who can compliment me. Until then, I'm living. I'm partying. I'm building my own version of happiness. If love comes, great. If not, I'm still shining. I won't shrink myself for someone who doesn't even know what they want. That's it. We're done settling. We're done chasing. We're queens, and anyone who can't see that can watch from the sidelines. Now come on, let's dance like we own the night.
Eleanor, my dear. It's always such a breath of fresh air to have you around. I can't even describe how much I look forward to these visits. How's work? How's your health? You've lost a bit of weight. I hope you're eating well and not letting the stress get to you. You young people these days burn the candle at both ends.
Oh Dad, you never change. Always observant. I'm fine, honestly. Work has been intense, yes, but fulfilling. I've been pacing myself better. Learning to say no more often. I'm trying to balance ambition with self-care, you know. And it's always good to come home. Nothing beats the peace of this place and your gentle lectures.
Well, someone has to keep you grounded. But I must say, Eleanor, I've always admired how you carry yourself. Even from a young age, you had that strong sense of direction, that quiet determination. So, tell me, what's been on your brilliant mind lately? You always come back with new ideas and plans, and I enjoy hearing them more than you know.
Actually, Dad, I've been working on something that I think you'll be pleased with. I've started putting together a full proposal for a leadership initiative within a company, a mentorship and development program specifically for young women in underrepresented fields. It's not just about diversity on paper anymore. I want to change how we build confidence and capability in the next generation. I've also been attending evening classes to strengthen my strategic management skills, not because I have to, but because I want to be excellent in whatever space I find myself. I'm also planning to take a break next quarter, not to travel for pleasure, but to volunteer for a project in Nairobi that supports girls' education. It's been on my heart for years, and I feel like the time is right.
Eleanor, my child, I don't think you'll ever truly understand the pride I feel when I listen to you speak like this. I am honestly in awe. You're not just living for yourself, you're building something that outlives you. Your clarity, your compassion, your commitment to purpose. It humbles me. It really does. If only your siblings, Amanda especially, would sit and hear you out sometimes. If only they could catch even half the fire that burns in you. I know everyone's path is different, but I can't help but wish they'd learn to be more intentional. You're a light in this family, Eleanor. And not because you're perfect, but because you keep showing up, with vision, with integrity, with grace.
Thank you, Dad. That means more to me than I can say. I don't always feel like I'm doing enough, but I've come to understand that impact isn't always loud, it's in the consistency, in the little things. And I do hope Amanda finds her footing soon. She's got so much inside her, but I think she's just afraid to slow down and face herself. Maybe in time, she'll come around. All I can do is keep being an example, not by pressure, but by presence.
That's exactly what a leader does, Eleanor. Leads by example. And you, my dear daughter, are a leader in every sense of the word. Your mother and I thank God every day for you. You remind us that everything we poured into you was never in vain.
Dad, so my birthday is tomorrow, and I've been working on something really exciting. I want to organize a party, not just a small one, like a full-blown celebration. I mean, I've invited some friends already, and I've even started planning the venue, food, and music. But I'll need your help. Financially. Something sizable, honestly. Nothing over the top, just enough to make it memorable.
Chloe, you want money. A fat sum of money, I assume, to throw a party tomorrow. And you're telling me this at dinner the night before? Do you even hear yourself? Have you thought for 1 second what message you're sending to this family, to your younger cousins who look up to you, by the way you're living?
Dad, it's just a birthday. It's not that deep. I just want to enjoy myself for once without all the lectures. Everyone celebrates these days, and besides, Amanda says it's totally fine. We've planned it already. We're not doing anything crazy. It's just a party. Honestly, Dad, I think you're being dramatic. Chloe's turning a year older, and she deserves to enjoy it. You talk about responsibility all the time, but celebrating doesn't mean she's irresponsible. We all need to breathe once in a while. And by the way, she's not asking for a loan for a business, just some support to mark her day.
Amanda, you supporting her is part of the problem. You egg her on, and then she thinks all her decisions are valid. You two are becoming a mirror of each other, floating through life with no clear sense of direction. Chloe, if you want to be treated like an adult, then start living like one. How can you justify asking me for a large sum of money, not for school, not for a project, not even for charity, but for a party, while showing no evidence of growth or maturity? Have you ever considered earning something before demanding it?
Wow. So because I want to have fun on my birthday, I'm now immature? You always make everything about lectures and rules. It's never just love with you, it's always conditions, expectations, and comparison. I'm not Eleanor, Dad. I'm not going to live a perfectly scripted life just to make you proud.
It's not about being Eleanor. It's about making choices that reflect thought and purpose. I've watched you and Amanda spend months clubbing, chasing temporary thrills, and ignoring responsibilities like they don't matter. And now, you want me to sponsor yet another spectacle? I won't. Not this time. Not until you show me that you've learned to value things beyond parties and pictures.
Mom, are you seriously not going to say anything? You know I deserve this. You've said before that every girl deserves to feel special on her birthday. I think birthdays are important, yes. But your father has a point, Chloe. It's not just about celebration, it's also about reflection. I've seen you enjoy life, and that's fine. But your father's concern is not without reason. Maybe take this as an opportunity to think differently. So that's it? You all think I'm some wild child who doesn't deserve joy unless I pass your invisible test of maturity? Great. So I'm just supposed to sit in my room tomorrow while others are out enjoying their lives? Don't worry, sis. Even if Dad doesn't come through, we'll still have our party. I've got some backup plans. We don't need anyone's permission to live our lives.
That's exactly the kind of attitude that worries me. We don't need anyone's permission. Until the day you come running back when the fun fades, and you have nothing to fall back on. I've done my part. I've raised you. I've provided for you. But I will not enable this reckless cycle anymore. If you want a party, Chloe, fund it yourself. Prove to me that you're capable of being more than a pretty face at a nightclub.
I can't believe him, Amanda. I can't believe how he spoke to me. Like I'm some reckless child begging for scraps. It's my birthday. One day. Just one day to feel seen, celebrated, and he turns it into a lecture about life choices. That's Dad for you. Everything is either a lesson or a disappointment. I've stopped trying to please him a long time ago. He only hears what he wants to hear. Don't take it personally, Chloe. You deserve to enjoy your birthday. And trust me, you will. You sound like you've got something in mind. Please tell me I'm not spending tomorrow sulking with leftover rice and unwanted pity. Oh, you won't. Let's just say, we're not as helpless as Dad thinks. Some things are already in motion. I just needed to confirm how far he wouldn't go. Now that I know, we move differently. Seriously? You think it can still happen, like, properly? I don't think, I know. You just leave the worry behind and trust me. Some people talk about living life. Others actually do it. You're not going to let his lecture become a lock on your happiness. You've got people who celebrate you, and tomorrow, that's exactly what we're going to do. Amanda. I love you, you know that? Like, no matter how crazy people think you are, you're the only one who really gets me. I get it because I've lived it. We're not made to fit into their little boxes. We're meant to breathe, to experience, to shine on our own terms. And Chloe, you shine differently. So let's make sure tomorrow reflects exactly that. Then let's do it. No fear, no second guessing. Tomorrow is mine. Who's that? Girls. May I come in for a moment? I won't stay long, I promise. I needed to say something to both of you. Please don't shut me out tonight. Mom. It's fine. We're not upset with you. We know you tried to keep the peace during dinner. Yeah, but you also sat there and let Dad throw shade without saying a word. You always back off when it matters most. I know. And you're both right. I have kept quiet far too many times when I should have spoken up, when I should have corrected you, or at the very least, guided you with more firmness. The truth is, I spoiled you both. I didn't want to see you hurt. I didn't want you to ever feel unloved or controlled the way some girls I grew up with felt in their homes. So I gave you freedom. I looked the other way when things got blurry. And now I see the part one played in what this has become. So now you agree with Dad that we're a disappointment? No, sweetheart. I don't think you're a disappointment. But I do think you're drifting further from the women I know you can be. It's not about parties or fun, I'm not against celebration. But the spirit behind it. The choices you're both making. They're reckless. And I say that not with judgment, but with deep concern. You've stopped listening. You no longer consider consequences. And Chloe, I know you're hurt by your father's refusal, but going behind his back won't solve anything. It'll only widen the gap.
Mom, with all due respect, you're only saying this now because Dad pushed you. If he had given Chloe the money, you would have stayed silent, like always. Let's not pretend this sudden concern didn't come from pressure.
You were not wrong. But just because the push came from him doesn't mean my eyes didn't open. I've watched the two of you slowly wrap yourselves in a bubble of we know better. And maybe for a time, I thought it was confidence. But now I'm starting to wonder if it's avoidance, running from the hard work of discipline, the discomfort of growth. You girls are brilliant, beautiful, and capable. But brilliance doesn't excuse bad choices.
So what, Mom? I don't get to celebrate my birthday because I haven't lived up to some moral checklist? Is that how love works now? Earn approval or stay invisible?
No, my love. This isn't about approval. It's about maturity. When your father said no, maybe what he was truly saying was, I want you to choose better. Not because you're unworthy, but because you're worth more than temporary pleasure. He's hard, yes, but he's also heartbroken. You don't see it, but I do. And I don't want tomorrow to be another crack in this family, another night where silence stretches across the dinner table. You can still have a beautiful day, Chloe. But please, don't do anything you'll later regret.
We hear you, Mom. But sometimes it feels like you want us to shrink just to keep the peace. We've always been the loud ones, the wild ones, and suddenly that's a threat? Why is it okay for Eleanor to dream big, but when we want to express ourselves, it's always be careful, tone it down, or what will people say?
Because Eleanor's dreams come with weight. With sacrifice. She doesn't just take up space, she carries responsibility with it. You can be loud. You can shine. But don't let that shine be hollow. Don't confuse rebellion with strength. And don't let one birthday become a mark you wish you could erase. I love you both. And that will never change. But sometimes love means saying, stop before you fall. Sleep on it. Tomorrow is still yours. But the kind of woman you wake up as, that's your choice.
Chloe? Amanda? Are you both upstairs? Eleanor? Good evening. What's going on? Why is the house so quiet? And where are your sisters? It's past midnight.
Good evening, Dad. I was wondering the same thing. I prepared dinner for everyone, just something simple, but only I ate. I checked their rooms around 8:30 when they didn't come down. Both rooms were empty. No notes, no messages, and their phones went straight to voicemail when I tried to call. I've checked every corner of this house, and they are definitely not here.
You mean to tell me that Chloe and Amanda left the house, at night, without saying a word to anyone? No explanation, no permission, just vanished into the night like that?
Yes, Dad. I found it strange too, especially because Chloe was still quite upset after dinner yesterday. I overheard some of their conversation last night. I didn't catch everything, but there was a tone of defiance. They were clearly planning something. I had hoped they'd come to their senses. But I guess they didn't.
Of course. Of course they didn't. How foolish of me to think my words got through to them. Amanda, I expected it from her. She's been bold for years. But Chloe, I thought there was still some thread of reason in her. I told her plainly, not a cent for that party. Not until she took responsibility. And this is what she does.
She was hurt, Dad. She felt rejected. But I think it's more than that. Amanda's influence is strong, and Chloe wants to feel free, to feel seen. I tried to warn them earlier today. I told them there are better ways to be noticed than by rebelling. But you know how Amanda is, she doesn't like to be told she's wrong.
They think they're being bold, but all I see is recklessness. This is not strength, Eleanor. This is immaturity. This is what happens when entitlement meets a lack of direction. And the saddest part is, your mother nurtured it with her silence, her constant soft landings. She refused to draw a line, and now I'm the villain for setting one.
I think they've mistaken your boundary for rejection, Dad. But they'll learn. Sooner or later, life teaches what home couldn't. I just hope they're safe tonight. Wherever they are.
They're at that party. I can bet anything on it. They must have gone ahead with it, probably used someone else's money, or schemed their way through. I know those girls. I raised them. Their silence tonight isn't innocent.
Then I hope tomorrow brings clarity. Not regret. I really do.
It's okay. Let me find out from your mother. I thought they were with you. Margaret. Do you know where your daughters are? It's almost 1 a.m., and they are nowhere to be found. Eleanor says they've been gone since evening. No word, no messages, no explanation. And from the way Eleanor spoke, I can already tell something is going on.
James, please. Calm down. I know you're upset. I understand. But maybe this isn't the moment to raise your voice or jump to conclusions. Let's wait until they return and speak to them quietly. Emotions are high, and shouting will only push them further away.
Margaret, don't do that. Don't stand there and pretend like you're as surprised as I am. You know something. I can see it in your eyes. You're not even asking questions, because you already have the answers. So I'll ask you plainly, did they go to that party?
I believe they did, yes. I overheard them talking yesterday. And again today while they were getting dressed. I didn't ask questions, because I already knew what I'd hear. I thought, or maybe I hoped, they'd change their minds. But deep down, I knew they wouldn't.
So you knew. You knew, and you said nothing. Not to me. Not to them. You let them walk out of this house after everything we talked about. After I made it clear that no party would be supported until they showed some sense of responsibility.
James, I didn't approve of what they did. But you know them. The more you push, the more they rebel. Amanda's always had that streak in her, and Chloe's just trying to find herself in all the noise. I thought silence would keep the peace, at least for the evening. I didn't want to escalate things further. And honestly, I was afraid of how you'd react. You were so quick to anger when they go against your wishes.
Because I am the only one setting boundaries, Margaret. You call it anger, I call it accountability. We can't keep shielding them from consequences. You coddled them for years, made excuses for everything, late nights, wild habits, their disdain for correction. And now look where it's led. One walks around as if she's above reproach, and the other is learning the same pattern.
And what's your solution, James? Shout them into submission? Make the house so unbearable that they don't even want to come home? You think firmness without compassion will mold them into something better? You talk about responsibility, but when was the last time you sat down with either of them without making them feel like failures? They crave attention, yes, but maybe what they really crave is connection.
And maybe what they need is discipline, Margaret. Not permissiveness dressed up as love. I'm not trying to be their enemy, I'm trying to be their father. A father who isn't afraid to say, "No, you cannot have this," and mean it. If we let every act of defiance pass in silence, we are not raising daughters, we are enabling chaos.
I know I've made mistakes, James. I know I should have spoken up more when they were younger. I admit that. But tonight, please, when they walk through the door, don't meet them with thunder. Meet them with clarity. Come. Speak your disappointment, yes. But speak it in a way that invites reflection, not rebellion.
You always speak gently, Margaret. But sometimes, gentle doesn't get through to people who are racing toward the cliff. I will try. For your sake. But know this, if they walk through that door acting proud of what they've done, I won't pretend everything's fine. They need to hear the truth. Even if it hurts.
That's fair. I just don't want tonight to be another fracture that never heals. We're a family, Daniel. Even when we're broken.
Wow. Chloe, tonight was something else. Honestly, I've been to a lot of parties, but this one? Yours was different. The venue, the decorations, the cake, even the live saxophone guy, you went all out. I'm impressed. You really know how to throw a celebration.
Of course I do, baby. I don't believe in small things. If I'm going to mark a new year in my life, then it is to be unforgettable. I wanted to feel like a queen, just once, without restrictions or someone reminding me what I should or shouldn't do.
Well, you succeeded, in every possible way. But I have to ask, and don't take this the wrong way. Where did all the money come from? I mean, we're talking serious cash here. You didn't just put together a house party, you pulled off an event that looked like it came out of a celebrity magazine. And I know your dad wasn't exactly jumping to sponsor it.
Ah, my father. That man embarrassed me in front of the whole house when I asked for birthday funds. Gave me one long lecture about responsibility and maturity. Said I needed to earn the right to celebrate. Imagine. It's my birthday, not a job interview.
Yeah, I figured he wouldn't just hand over a blank check. So, what did you do? Did your mom secretly help out or what?
Nope. I helped myself. Let's just say I made a transaction of my own. There was this old generator, one of those massive standby ones my dad keeps in the store out back. It hadn't been used in months. Amanda and I got someone who knew someone, and boom, sold it to a construction guy for a fat sum. I didn't touch anything vital, just something he wouldn't miss right away.
Wait. Hold on. You sold your father's generator? Without his knowledge. Chloe? That's his property. That's theft. Do you realize what that means?
Call it what you like. I call it taking initiative. If he's too stingy to support his own daughter's happiness, then I'll create my own joy by any means necessary. I'm tired of being lectured while Eleanor gets praised for every breath she takes. I wanted one night to feel alive, and I got it.
Damn, Chloe. I don't even know what to say. I mean, you looked amazing tonight, everything was perfect. But knowing this, it's wild. You seriously risked everything for one party? What if he finds out? What if he already has? What happens then?
Then he'll be forced to accept that he can't control me. I'm not some obedient project like Eleanor. I'm a woman who knows what she wants. And I won't let guilt or rules choke the life out of me. He wanted to raise queens, didn't he? Well, queens make power moves. And tonight, I ruled.
Or tonight. You lit a match that could burn your whole house down. Just hope the fire doesn't catch too fast.
Sir? Oga. Good morning, sir. Sorry to disturb you early like this, but there's a serious issue.
Musa. What is it? You're panting. What's going on?
Sir, I went to put on the generator like you instructed, so we could get light for ironing and the rest, but it's not there. The whole generator is gone. Vanished, sir.
Gone? What do you mean by gone, Musa? Is it a joke? That generator is a whole unit. Heavy duty. Not something you tuck under your arm and stroll away with.
Truly. I opened the store, the padlock was changed. Not our usual lock. When I managed to force it open, the place was empty. Only dust and footprints on the floor. That generator is no longer there.
Did you say the padlock was changed, Musa?
Yes, Ma. I was surprised myself. I've been here for over 5 years. I know what belongs and what doesn't. That's not the padlock I use. Someone replaced it.
This is madness. That generator cost me a fortune. Who in this house has the audacity to move it, sell it, steal it? We have 3 grown daughters under this roof. One is responsible. The other 2. I warned them.
James. Before you blow a fuse, please let's think. Who had access? Who has been restless these past few days? Talking about needing money. Angry that she didn't get funds for a party?
Chloe?
Yes. Chloe. And Amanda might know about it too. But Chloe is bold enough to do something like this. She was furious when you refused her that money. And knowing her, she doesn't like taking no for an answer.
This girl has crossed the line. I gave her life, education, a roof over her head. And now she sells off my property to fund a night of reckless dancing and drinking? No wonder she vanished last night. She knew what she'd done. And you said nothing, even though you suspected.
I didn't know for sure, James. I saw signs, yes. I heard things. But I didn't have proof. And you know how it goes, if I'd confronted her without evidence, it would have ended in a shouting match. I was going to talk to her today. I just didn't think she'd actually go this far.
Sir? Should I report to the police?
No. Not yet. This is a family matter for now. Let Chloe and Amanda return first. When they do, they will answer for this, every single detail. And if they think this house will remain a playground for irresponsibility, they're mistaken.
Chloe, I think it's time. We've squeezed every drop out of this night. If we don't leave now, we might bump into morning devotion at home. You know, Dad, even his silence will feel like thunder. Relax, Amanda. I already finalized everything with the event team, payments, cleanup, all of that. I knew we'd need to sneak away without extra drama. The driver is ready, and our things are in the boot. We're good to go. Still, you know what's coming, right? That man will be boiling. First, we left the house without permission. Then you pulled off a party that clearly didn't come from pocket change. The missing generator won't stay hidden for long. He's going to ask questions. Let him ask. I'm ready. I won't deny what I did, and I won't apologize either. He had every chance to support me like a father should. Instead, he made me feel like I was a burden. I just gave myself the celebration I deserved. Yeah, I know. And to be honest, you made it magical. But if he starts shouting, throwing words around, what do we say? What do? We hold our ground. No trembling. If he raises his voice, we stay calm. If he accuses, we speak with confidence. No begging, no tears. We're not kids anymore, Amanda. If he wants to treat us like criminals, we remind him that we are his daughters, not prisoners. And what if he threatens to throw us out or punish us somehow? Then let him try. I'm not afraid anymore. We won't let anyone guilt us into silence. We've made our decisions. Now we face the consequences, but on our own terms. I promise, you've got more courage than I do. I'm shaking on the inside, but I'll follow your lead. We've come this far together. Let's go face the storm. Good. Then let's go home. And show them that we're not as fragile as they think. And there you have it. A glimpse into how a child's path can gradually spiral, not in one day, but from the very beginning. Often, it starts with unchecked indulgence, especially from a mother who refuses to say no. Small compromises become patterns, and patterns become character. Now, years later, Chloe and Amanda have grown into young women, bold, entitled, and reckless. And the tragedy? They were raised that way. Their father's firmness came too late. And now, the damage may be beyond repair. But what happens next? What will Mr. Harrison do when they walk through that door at dawn? Will the truth about the stolen generator explode the family? Or bring it to a breaking point? Stay tuned. The storm is only just beginning. Thank you.